Happy New Year! It's time for new beginnings, a fresh start, and that magical time of the year where everyone starts making a crap ton of resolutions that will probably last until the second week of January. And as we usher in the new year here in the US, one of the most iconic ways to celebrate is to watch the ball drop in Times Square. But why is it such a staple in our culture, and what is its history? It all started on December 31st of 1904 in Midtown Manhattan, right around the newly constructed New York Times building. The moment the clock struck midnight, a thunderous explosion went off. The crowd surrounding it were shocked, thinking the building was on fire, but it wasn't. The event was a PR stunt put together by the Times publisher Adolph S. Oech, who thought it would be a fantastic way to show off the shiny new skyscraper. See, Mr. Oech had bought the paper in 1896 when it was on the verge of bankruptcy and spent the early part of his tenure trying to save it. When things slowly started to turn around, he decided to move their headquarters to Longacre Square, now known as Times Square, just north of the intersection of Broadway and 7th Avenue. They were set to move in on New Year's Day of 1905, and Mr. Oech decided to christen the building with a literal bang. The Times called it, and I quote, "a torch to usher in the newborn, a funeral pyre for the old which pieced the very heavens." And I have absolutely no idea what that means. This is your reminder to hit that subscribe button and turn push notifications on. For the coming years, the Times would continue to use explosives and fireworks, but by 1907 they replaced this tradition with a 700-pound electrical ball that was lowered from the top of the Times building and landed once the clock struck 12. But why a ball? Well, it's all for the same reason why Oech decided on setting his building on fire 2 years prior. He wanted a big spectacle, something that would make everyone pay attention and draw people into the area. At the time, a giant electrical ball was way more futuristic and eye-catching. Walter F. Palmer, the paper's chief electrical engineer, suggested the change after seeing one of the nearby Western Union buildings all lit up, and suggested the time ball, a time signaling device that drops at a predicted time. Oech hired sign designer Artcraft Strauss to construct the original ball that was built from the iron and wood and was lit up by 100 incandescent bulbs on New Year's Eve 1907. The ball began to drop 10 seconds before midnight down the 70-foot flagpole. When it finally hit the top of the building, it completed an electrical circuit to a 5-foot tall sign that lit up on all 4 sides of the building and triggered the fireworks show. And since then, a version of the ball has been dropped every single year, becoming the iconic fixture of New York culture and spread around the country with the invention of the TV. Moral of the story is if you want to draw attention to a cool new building, pretend you just lit it on fire, scare people half to death, and then make it an iconic holiday tradition. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed learning about the history of New Year's Eve Times Square's ball drop. If you did, give this video a like and subscribe with push notifications on. Click here to see a YouTube video YouTube suggested just for you, and here to see my latest video. Stay you, stay beautiful, keep smiling. Bye-bye guys!